hiding in the bushes. Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. Yes. Happy New Year's, you guys. It is indeed the real New Year's. Y'all clear people tell y'all that the New Year's is when everything is dead and gone in the cold and the winter. But your higher power, you have to believe your higher power, your God, your Jesus, whoever you believe in, they show you when New Year's is in the spring. Look around you. The New Year's is during the spring. Just go in your car or walk down the road. You'll see how everything is springing anew. New Year's, the flower blossom, the trees is pink, white, yellow. The grass is growing, the crops is growing. New Year's. God is telling you that the New Year's is in spring, but you rather believe man and the dead are cold. But anyway, happy Sunday. Some of you guys are in church, you guys. And don't forget, we learned a little bit of lesson over there with Pinky over there. Yeah, you're in church and you got to go somewhere. You got that little one finger walking down the aisle. And I told y'all what that meant. That one finger started back in slavery days. Yeah, when they always had an overseer in church. When they finally allowed us to come to church and worship, they had overseers, clear people in church overseeing us. And we had to raise our hands. I don't care how old we are. We had to raise that finger up, and they had to give us permission to get up to go to the bathroom. Give us permission to blow our nose. If you want to blow your nose, you had to get permission. But that finger meant you are letting the other slave masters know that you got permission to get up, to go wherever you need to go. You got permission to blow your nose or whatever. And then the other thing that we carry on too, tradition that we carry on, is the ushers when they put their hand behind their back. Yeah, well, they had to wear the gloves because the clear people didn't want to touch their hand. And then the next thing they had to do, the usher had to keep their hand behind their back because clear people always label us as thieves, you guys. So anyway, just keep that in mind when y'all getting ready to go to church. Just keep that in mind today. And quit teaching these traditions that's negative towards our people to your children, like St. Patrick Day. Y'all gonna get schooled. Many of you gonna get your little green on and celebrate St. Patrick Day. But St. Patrick Day is the genocide of our people, you guys. They wiped the whole, millions of people. St. Patrick Day, Ireland belonged to our ancestors. They were on there thousands and thousands of years. Our ancestors were living in Ireland until the clear people came over and wiped them out. They were called the Twa people. The Twa people is from Africa, who migrated to Ireland over 10,000 years ago. They possess advanced knowledge of metallurgy and medicine, you guys. They had advanced technology, these people, but yet they will say that they were illiterate. Yet they were cut off their hands, their feet, dismembered them if they couldn't meet the quota or delete them. Now, but they call us savages. Would an insane person do that to you? Would an insane person hold you captive and prisoner just to make money for him, y'all? They and then the leprechaun. Let's learn about the leprechaun. You see these are grown people. Look at their hands. Their hands are cut off because they didn't make the quota. We call them little people today, but they were a whole island over there in Ireland, a little people, right? That's how and that's where the leprechaun come in. The leprechaun comes in because they're making fun of our ancestors. That's what that means, because they were small statue people. St. Valentine's Day is the mass murder of your family. When they talked about the snakes, Saint Patrick, they gave him the title of saints because he had committed genocide on our people, so they were happy. Indeed, he was a hero for going over there, killing up our people and taking our land and or dismembering our people. So he was a hero for doing it. And this is facts, you guys. The Roman Catholic Church sponsored that. The Roman Catholic also sponsored the slave trade. These are facts. They have apologized for their role and things that they did to our ancestors, though, y'all. So when you guys get ready today, y'all gonna be celebrating St. Patrick's Day. You are celebrating the dismemberment of your ancestors or the genocide of your ancestors. This is stuff that we have to quit doing. Celebrating all of these clear people holidays. They make holidays. And then we got to go back to the 4th of July. Y'all still running around here celebrating 4th of July. That's all 4th of July is too. It's the celebration, the mass murder of our people. Yes. All right, but Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. Yes, it's such a great morning, a great day. Let's see who's in the house today. Trish say facts. Talk black to me. Talk that blackity black to me today, you guys. All righty. Ring bells, Grand Rising, BT, Mars, and Chat. I say Grand Rising. I don't say good morning. Remember, you're mourning when there's a death. You're mourning when you're sad, right? Grand Rising. Have a great day, a successful day. Be happy. Grand Rising, Miss Tina, Linda Gamble. Hi, Linda Gamble. Ring bass, Grand Rising to you, Miss Tina. Okay. Trish K10, clear people. They're the pale people, yeah. Pink, pale, or what? Oh, Patricia Derrick. Hello, Patricia. Grand Rising, Ring Bass, Moss, and Chat. Yeah, well, today we will be doing just some love and marriage Huntsville and a little bit about Nene Leakes. We're going to have 2 parts, y'all. First part we're going to do is, I like to get the Black history out the way, right? We're going to do the Black history, but along attached to this is Melody. Melody go to app. They talk about going to Africa, hooking up and collaborating and make sure that some of these villages got clean water. Well, you would think that she would get a pat on the back, but no, it have caused such a stir among her haters, you guys. Can y'all imagine that? This girl out here, I don't care what she do, they're gonna find fault in it. They're saying that, yeah, why the Melody has to go all the way to Africa just to get some clear water, So they're gonna find anything that she do. Anything negative they trying to find, and when you do something positive, they still gonna criticize this young lady. But melanated energy, Grand Rising, Denise Ranger, Grand Rising. Oh my God, I don't know. Y'all know what? I didn't bother. I didn't bother my co-host. She's a new grandma, so she learning. Oh, Pinker couldn't come on yesterday with my live. She said, "Oh, I see what you mean now." That's her first time being a grandmama, and her daughter lost had a C-section, so she goes over there and keep the baby so she can sleep, y'all. And sometimes I be wondering what these girls that don't have that support. A lot of times it leads into them being severely depressed because they don't have that support. Because once you just had that baby, you is exhausted from trying to deliver the baby. Then the baby don't want to come down. Then all of a sudden they got to do emergency C-section. So you need that support. I'm glad Pinky is there in the room with a little her little daughter-in-law. She was exhausted, y'all. And I be telling her, I can't come on your live with you today. I got a babysit. So she told me last night, she said, "Oh, I see what you mean now." Yeah, and then especially at our age. Now, when I was young, y'all, it didn't bother me. I could babysit, it wouldn't bother me. But now, that little baby drain every ounce I got because she's so energetic. Anyway, in case y'all don't know, she has a grandson. His name is Phoenix Rain. Yes. So, also, you guys, y'all know gotta go to a funeral. My little nephew died, y'all. So I'll be going to a funeral this weekend in Huntsville. All right, you guys. Denise Ranger. Let's see what you're saying. Yes, village. We are proud of Melody. Yes. And so Melody is over there giving back to Africa. My family lived in Africa for years, y'all. 20, 30 some years. And I never forget when that was a long time ago. Maybe 40 some years ago, they were needing clean water in those villages. Then, you guys, that country is wealthy with gold and minerals and stuff, but the other countries come in and take all their resources out of that. Now, a lot of you guys want to know, why don't they just take these resources for themselves? But we always knew that we was put here to take care of this earth. All that stuff under that ground, like the gold, the coals, and all those minerals under that ground, under there for a purpose, right? The higher power, Yahshua, whoever y'all want to call him, Yahweh, Jesus, God, whoever is your higher power, put those resources underground for a reason. And y'all know, within the last 10 or 20 years, we've been having these call it the summers, where the whole ocean just dump all into the community. Just because they've been disrupting stuff all underground, looking for gold, looking for what, diamonds and stuff. That stuff belongs underground. And our ancestors knew that stuff was there, but we didn't bother it. Because why? We believe in taking care of the earth. That's what voodoo means, you guys. I bet y'all didn't know that. Voodoo. Our ancestors had this spiritualness one with the earth, to take care of the earth. Okay, let me go ahead on. I think we'll do the clean water. We're gonna have two parts, and then we're gonna get on Martel and marsau. And the reason I think Big Lou left. Big Lou left, y'all. Big Lou was not about drama. Big Lou is a coach, y'all. He's a coach in the community. He has an outstanding reputation in the community. And that day, when his wife enjoyed it. She got into it with Martel, got to yelling at her, and Marsau got to yelling at her. She was 9 months pregnant. Big Lou had to come forward, right? After that, we didn't see Big Lou no more. I think we seen him one or two times where he was just trying to get away from those cameras. Told his wife he want to save his marriage. If you gonna save this marriage, you gonna get out the love and marriage, Huntsville. And Tiffany, they did not show Tiffany. Y'all don't know what Tiffany do in the community. She's sort of like a scientist, a researcher. And when she go out here, she don't never make when she go out here and do her fundraising, it's never under $1 million. So she was very good. She was a great fit for the show, her and Lou, but that was not what Carlos King wanted. He wanted the ratchetness. And she was willing to stay on. She was willing to stay on that show being ratchet, just making up stuff. That was not her character at all. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna start off with Black History, St. Patrick's Day. Don't let me see y'all pretend some happy St. Patrick's Day. I do not want to hear that from y'all. St. Patrick's Day, you mean, you celebrating the murder and genocide of your people, y'all. All right, here we go. Hopefully, hopefully grandma will join us if she wait, because she tired. I'm not gonna bother grandma. Yeah. Okay, you guys. 55. Hey, thanks, Linda Gamble. She said 55 likes and 72 in the chat. Y'all know y'all better get those likes up for grandma over here. Get them likes up. Thanks, everybody. We hit $10,740. So don't y'all forget Shanita World every Friday at 9 p.m. Nubian TV. Yes, a Tilted Crown production. I think Melody Cherie and Don Michelle are co-owners. Also, Mama Van. Don't y'all forget to check Mama Van books out. She got children books out, and she got a book out about when she was the first lady. You guys go type in Miss Van. Oh, she's all on Amazon, you guys. Shout out to Nosy Rosie Brown. Miss Van been pushing for her daughter, rooting for her daughter, Nubian TV. That's what a good mom would do. Don't forget Nubian TV, Shanada's World every Friday at 9 p.m. A Tilted Crown production. So this coming from Melody Zone, y'all. Unapologetic Urban Brown. I really love this project. And the project she's talking about is Melody Cherie Roger of the #1 show on Oprah Winfrey. Own network provides clean water in Ghana. She's teamed up with Miss Shanita Foster, you guys. So let's see what the fans are saying. Wow, Cherry said this is a beautiful thing Melody doing. And Angela said, excellent. Always keeping God bless them both. Yes. God bless y'all. We're collaborating with Africa. You call that Pan-Africanism. We're reuniting with our brothers and sisters, right? And indeed, we're exchanging ideas. We're exchanging projects. We're going in there doing philanthropy work, right? So when philanthropy connect, Melody Cherie at Shanita Foster. You go ahead and tell them. Go ahead and tell them. So she decided that she wants to give clean, fresh water with me to a village in Ghana, and she wants to dedicate it to the millimeters. So not only
the children in that village, but it's actually something that she would be able to share with the millimeters who have been on this long journey with her or whatever. So I came up with the idea, let me clear this up too. Mel got more than enough money to purchase a water well on her own. But for me, I love planting seeds and allowing other people to be involved. And so what we came up with is, if you are a diehard millimeter, you're going to be able to leave your name on the water well in Africa. So literally, we're going to take every name. It's $100 donation, y'all. The money goes to building the water project. We're going to do some cool stuff with the kids, but we're going to put your name on that water project along with Melody's, and it's going to say dedicated by the millimeters. And I got real jiggy with it. This wasn't her idea, so I'll be like, it's about money, it's not. But you have an option to click and to get your own plaque that we're going to mail to you at your house so you can have a piece of what happened too. So I'm super, super excited. My girl going to Africa. You got to take it back. I'm excited, friend. You excited?
I am super excited. So I've never been to Africa. So, and you've been trying to get me to go for some time. Somebody you tried to hook me up with was trying to fly me over there many a time.
Girl, don't make me go into the whole story how Mel out here turning out billionaires because she got this list. I don't even listen. It's a movie about you, Mel. It's a movie about some man that wrote this list about the person had to do all the qualities. I think it's like a French movie, to do all these qualities in order for him to get married. Don't be that person, Mel. The list is too long, child.
I don't feel like my list is too long. So y'all, Shanita jokes with me all the time and be like, girl, I just give up. Like, girl, I'm like, and what did I say? I said, well, there's somebody for everybody.
So today I was like, there's this guy, but he kind of short. She was like, he could be short for somebody else. Girl.
I mean, for somebody else, he's amazing for someone else. And then, listen, you already know this, Shanita. I ain't really desperate for nobody. I love how I live right now. I love everything that I'm doing. So, you already know I'm good.
Okay, you good. But on this trip to Africa, you going to eat some food?
Yeah.
You going to dance a little bit? You going to hang out?
Yeah, I'm going to hang out. Yes.
I don't know if I could bring her on. Angel Ray Entertainment. She said we outside, Mel. You gonna go out? We gonna go to the village, okay. But you are going to go out and you're gonna experience both sides. I feel like every country has something to offer, and I'm not knocking anybody's country. Everybody's country has wealthy, and then they have a side that needs a little bit of work. I don't call it poverty. It needs a little bit of work. So we're gonna go to the part that need a little bit of work. But don't be shocked, y'all, because I'm going to take her to the other side, too. Okay. She needs to see that Africa, there's big, beautiful houses. There's wealth there. There's a nightlife like no other. Mel, they dance, baby. They do not go and stand on the wall. You're going to be right at home.
Okay.
Because you like to dance.
I love to dance, so that's perfect. But no, when we had that conversation that day and we started talking about, peace, and we started talking about purpose, and then you were like, hey, you should do this water project, in Ghana. And it was like, yeah. And you say, here's what you do. Let your millimeters be a part of it so that they can plant a seed and they can, And I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And I'll be honest with you, when it comes to the millimeters, they already know how I feel when it comes to, because we've done it. We have blessed people randomly. One lady, I remember she had lost her home to a fire, and she and her grandchildren were staying in a hotel, and we all collectively came together and blessed her, so we all fortunately understand the importance of coming together and being able to make a bigger impact, being able to understand that I personally can't go in this situation. Of course, I'm going to Africa, but situations where if you can't get there, you help send the person who can get there, and that's how you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That is how you send your seed, And so I'm big on that. So I know the millimeters. I just know, I know they're going to love it. I know they're going to be a part of it. And I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. Like I said, I've never been to Africa. And so going with a purpose, matters to me. My first trip there with a mission, with a purpose, taking clean water, getting a village, clean water, that's purpose. That's a mission. So I'm super excited about it.
All right, millimeters. So listen, y'all, it's going to be limited space for this name because the millimeters, they wide and they deep. And it's a lot of y'all that's down with the millimeters. So listen, you can go to beyondthegame.org. I pinned it at the bottom. You're going to see Mel's picture on there. So it's specifically for that. You're going to go, you're going to click. Make sure you fill out the information because we want to make sure that your name is on this project. You are planting your seed. You are leaving your name. I just want to end by saying, Mel, the millimeters is something special, right?
Yeah.
Like I tell you that every time I see you, that I love the fact that you have created something for people to be a part of, and you really allow the millimeters to be a part of things that you do. You really do. Every time you do something, it's like millimeters activated, and I'm like, ooh, baby, right? And I know they got a lot of different fan-based groups and stuff like that. And I'm friends with a lot of people. I am. But I associates with a lot of people. But what I realized is that your fan base, the millimeters, is like something I have never seen before. So I want to say that it takes a beautiful person, a beautiful soul to do that. Shout out to all the millimeters, for all of you that have YouTube pages and blogs and podcasts and all of the things that you do from your heart, really to support Mel and everything that she has going on. And being around Mel not too long ago, I realized that they identify with you because there's so many melodies out there. They just don't have the same thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's so many women that you relate to. Like, you the bomb, friend.
Yeah, thank you. No, I appreciate that because, believe it or not, I spend a lot of time defending the millimeters. I spend a lot of time defending them. I have to let people know and remind people of how the millimeters came about. And, the same way they support and love on me, I support and love on them. And you ain't just about to say anything about the millimeters because I'm going to be like, cut, right? So, it's this thing where it's a community of women, and we pray for each other. We fast together. We bless people together. They know 7th Avenue. They know that I'm always doing things to give back. So, they go on and purchase products like you did. Thank you. They purchase products and they support 7th Avenue Beauty. But they also know that the seed, and this is the thing, you have to be careful of where you plant your seed. They know that when they plant a seed with me, they know that it's going to go and yield good results, right? They know that it's going to be used in a way that's positive. And so, I try to operate in integrity. I try to operate with a certain level of morals
and casting me for a part. In Upshaws, it's Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. Directing this particular episode is Kim Fields. I was excited to do it. It's a comedy. I love comedy. I used to have a comedy show out on the road, some of you guys know. So comedy is something that I love to do and was really happy to do it. As the talks went on, we agreed upon whatever we agreed upon. I was to fly out to LA on Tuesday. They told me that Portia William Badia was also playing in this particular series. She would be side by side.
That's Shay right there. Right. Portia Williams Badia will be playing in this series. Are you still listening?
Side with me. I was excited. I haven't seen Portia. We always have a good laugh when we see each other. So I was just like, okay, so me and Portia are going to kill this part. I get to LA on Tuesday. They tell me to go straight to, to the studios. I need to go into wardrobe. Once I got into wardrobe, I'd chosen to wear like this silver color. They showed me a picture of Portia. They said Portia's wearing something similar in color, and maybe I would choose something else because we were going to be, side by side doing this scene. No problem. I gave them a whole different look. They told me we were going to be having rehearsal. At rehearsal, I didn't see Portia. There was a stand-in. We broke for lunch. We came back. We were going to do a whole run-through. I still didn't see Portia. I'm just waiting to see Portia, right? I'm excited to see Portia. I'm like, well, I want to, wait till I see Portia on set. So me and her can chop it up. So Portia never came. We wrapped for the evening. I went back to my hotel. When I got to my hotel, production called me and asked me if I had any issues with any housewives because they were going to be recasting the other position. And I was like, oh my God, no, like what? And they were going to recast the position that Portia was playing. I was like, what? Why? And they said, do you have any issues with Kim Zolciak, Cynthia Bailey, Marlo Hampton? And I was like, no, like I just saw Kim recently and we talked. I talked to Cynthia Bailey often. I talked to Marlo Hampton often. No, like they ultimately cast Cynthia Bailey and she was flown out to LA. On Wednesday, we did the part together. I was later told that Portia did not show up to work and had said that she did not want to work with me, that we had issues from the past, and she did not want to work with me. Let me take that in for a second. Listen.
It's the face for me.
I am more than disappointed. Portia and I have double dated a few times, okay? Okay.
So I got this from Michelle A.T. Alien, but yeah, Nene is saying Portia is trying to block her bag.
Oh my
Guys, go
God.
over there to A.T. Alien and see this. It's, if you have never been to A.T. Alien live, you're missing it. The girl gets some great content. So just keep in mind, you guys quit celebrating all these clear people holidays. Most of those holidays that you celebrate is marking the genocide of your ancestors, such as St. Patrick's Day. The Twa people from Africa who migrated to Ireland over 10,000 years ago possess advanced knowledge of metallurgy and medicine, right? So what they did, because we were so advanced with the technology of this earth, we used the technology of this earth. Our pharmacists was the plants out there. They made everything. These people right here on Ireland. Ireland belongs to the Africans, right? They were there millions of years before anybody else came into existence. And yesterday, I hopefully y'all will go back and look at the video yesterday where Dr. Ivan Sertima talks about how blacks was on this earth millions of years before anybody came into existence. But anyway, you guys, the Twa people, when you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, you celebrating the genocide of your people. When you see the leprechaun, they're making fun of your ancestors because they were small stature people. And indeed, when St. Patrick talked about running the snakes out of Ireland, he was not talking about snakes. He was talking about the native, the black Africans. They committed genocide on them. Just wiped them out. That's what he's referring to. Now, that St. Patrick, all this genocide was sponsored by the Catholic Church. So many of you don't know that when you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, you celebrating the mass genocide of your African ancestors. So March the 17th is the celebration of St. Patrick. It's celebrating the mass genocide of our African ancestors and marking them as leprechauns because they are small stature people. And the next generation of Black Irish men, the first seller of Irish called TWA, will help build the Titanic and journey to work the bowels of it as firemen or stokers shoveling coals into the furnace for fuel to keep the lights on and to keep the luxury boat afloat. Many blacks or Twa people were crushed by the giant furnace as the Titanic sank, and some was trapped inside and behind the lock gates of the Titanic or shot to death or thrown overboard. Historical research strongly suggests the Twa may have been the very first humans to live in Northern Ireland. In fact, they were there long before the Jews and the influence of the Roman Catholic Church. Some trace their history over 10,000 years BC, before Christ. Y'all know our genes, our bones, our DNA is just that old. We predate the Bible. Other cultures migrate to Ireland in later times, mostly from the Middle East and Eastern Europe. Is a gene study led by Dan Bradley of Trinity College in Dublin, traces the origin of ancient Irish genomes to Spain and Sardinia. Other ancestors were found to have originated in a region now known as Russia and Ukraine. So years ago, it was just occupied with the African. These are, in fact, Irish belong to the African, y'all, Ireland. Consequently, we find that as proud as the Irish are about their heritage, they appear to be genetic mix of people throughout Europe, Middle East, and Asia. The only true Irish heritage may be traced to the Twa people who still inhabit the jungles in various parts of Africa. So if the Twa pygmy people were the first seller, why are there none living in Ireland today? Twa is your African people, Black people. Believe it or not, we have St. Patrick to thank for that. The only story of St. Patrick driving the snakes out of Ireland appears to be a twisted version of a mass genocide Patrick led against the Twa. So, the existence of the Twa also is reflected in many of the Irish legends that were passed down by the Jews in contemporary times. The story of the leprechaun, or a type of fairy tale that dressed in a green coat and who saved gold coins in a pot, is a reflection of the diminutive people who were craftsmen in their time. It was said they had special knowledge of medicine, metallurgy, textile, and shoemaking, which the Caucasoid perceived as magical. Okay. Whatever wealth the Twa possessed was obviously seized in the mass genocide that occurred under the direction of Patrick, who acted on behalf of the Catholic Church. Author David McRitchie, in his book Ancient and Modern Britain, wrote that the wild tribes of Ireland were black men is hinted by the fact that a wild Irishman is in Gaelic, garlic, a black Irishman. The word Dubai in Gaelic means black. The old story of St. Patrick, evil deeds are twisted in the historical records to state that the man saved the people of Ireland from deadly serpents. But there is no evidence that snakes ever were found on the island nation. There's a strong evidence that the Pharaoh and kings of Egypt also were at one time black-skinned people rather than Caucasoid, as our history books makes it appear. That these royal people are shown in ancient Egypt art wearing the uraeus, or a headpiece with the head of a snake, which may be significant. In many African cultures, the serpent is not a symbol of evil, as it is in the Christian world. For them, it is a symbol of eternal life, or regeneration, power, protection, and wisdom. Let me read this over to you guys. In many African cultures, the serpent is not a symbol of evil, as it is in the Christian world. For them, it is a symbol of eternal life, the serpent, regeneration, power, protection, and wisdom. Y'all ever seen a snake renew itself? You can see he shed himself of the skin, y'all. Just come out of that skin, the old skin, and walk right into the new. Because the indigenous people of Ireland were African and dark-skinned, there has been a general misconception that they were pagan. Yeah, we devils, y'all. This appeared to be untrue. They may have been more culturally advanced than the European raiders who eventually took over the land and drove them out through genocide. We should think about this the next time St. Patrick's Day comes around. It appears that we are celebrating the mass murder of an entire race of people on orders from the Vatican. All right, here they go, the Twa people. The Twa people from Africa who migrated into Ireland over 10,000 years ago possess advanced knowledge of metallurgy and medicine, which Caucasoid thought to be magical. Grand Rising, everyone. You guys, y'all see that why it is that we Grand Rising, Pinky.
Grand Rising, Black Titanic. Good morning, everybody.
Hold your thought. Grand Rising, everybody. Y'all see why it's so important that we educate our children. Here we are dressing our children up, getting them ready for St. Patrick's Day, and they're celebrating the murder, the dismemberment, the taking the land and resources of their own people. We gotta start studying for ourselves. So you guys, today, all you gotta just type in the Twa people of Ireland. I bet most of you that don't read thought that all Irish was white people. No, they went over there and took that land. The real native, it's our African brothers and sisters, and the Twa people Scientific study shows that they are the oldest people on this earth. The Twa people, they bones. Anthropologists said they bones, their study of their bones, they predate Jesus. They predate the Bible. These are facts. And when I tell y'all facts, because you've been so brainwashed to just start from the Bible with Adam and Eve. That's where you want to start with your history. But we predate the Bible, y'all. And that means that if there was no clear person walking around as no savior, that means that if there was a savior, he had to look like us. Okay, you guys. All right. Grand Rising, Miss New Grandmama.
Thank you. Thank you. Grand Rising, everybody. I just woke up. Good morning. And I am a new grandma. I'm exhausted. Thank you for waking me up, Black Titanic. I'm so excited. I'm so exhausted. This is I think, my second or third time somebody woke me up, but I keep falling back to sleep. I just got out of bed. But I'm so happy to be a grandma. My grandbaby is so beautiful. He comes home today. He comes home this morning. Sometime today.
What a healthy baby.
He comes home. My husband is up putting up stuff. Got people putting out the stuff going across the yard. Them big tall things that say it's a boy or whatever you call it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you guys, I think I told everyone I wasn't gonna bother you, and I was telling them the story of how you talking about Black Titanic, you gonna come on my live, and I'd be like, well, I hope I can make it. But now you see what I mean when you got them babies demand all your attention, even though that they little like that, they still demand your attention.
Yeah, that is true. I do that all the time. Black Titanic, and I'd be kind of upset. Black Titanic, you're not gonna come on. And she said she be with her grandbaby. Now I understand. I can't even keep my eyes open. I'm so tired and exhausted.
Okay, let's get on to the program. We're gonna do part 2. Now, let's talk about this, y'all. Y'all talk black to me. BLACK. Talk black to me. How many of you knew about St. Patrick's Day, and how many of you know that Ireland belonged to the Africans and not the clear people? Now, some of you laugh when they say they do a DNA and they trace it back to Ireland, and you laugh at people. You laugh at your cousins or something. Like, hey, they take my DNA back to Ireland, and you thinking that they just want to be white. But that's not it. That's where some of us originated from, too, you guys.
Right.
Okay.
I did not know that. I had no idea, but about that. They always supported do that holiday, but I never participated in it anyway. But I'm glad I just learned the history. And since I never participated, I'm not going to start participating in something I never did anyway. But I'm glad to know the history of it. Now, since I know the history, I can teach my future grandson what it is. Yes, I can. And my kids too.
Mm-hmm. And they make fun of it and call it man a saint. You indeed think that you see how they play this word play. You thinking that this was a man that loved people, that believe in the Lord or Yahweh, and here it is. He was a serial killer. St. Patrick was a serial killer, and they call him a saint because he went in there and fulfilled the mission. Now, another thing I want to say about Europe, too, that the Jews, that was not the first Holocaust over there. The first Holocaust was with the African. Because, see, the whole of Europe, it belonged to our people, y'all. And they went over there and they killed more people than the Jews. I mean, millions of people went over there. King Leopold. Each time it be the Catholic Church now. They got something against black folks. They go in there and say, wipe them out and take the land and the minerals and the resources. Y'all quit celebrating these holidays. Y'all need to know what y'all celebrating. And y'all, and then on 4th of July, Fourth of July is the biggest holiday for blacks here in America. And I remember one day I was sick and I was in the emergency room and some colors I had on. They told me, "You celebrating Fourth of July?" Because I had on I forgot the colors I had on, but they just assumed it represented the Fourth of July. And I said, "No, don't y'all know that we were still slaves? We were still slaves." So that's just common sense. And Fourth of July was when they really you had to go pick a. It's called picnic. Go pick a to hang. That's what that meant. Go pick a ninja to hang them. And most of the hangers was done on the 4th of July. It was a celebration. And then they'll announce it in church. Bring your children. Bring some food, because we finna go pick some ninjas to hang them. 4th of July. That's what y'all be celebrating. Well, anyway, you guys, let's just keep it going. Pinky, what do you think about Nene going over there? Not Nene. I want to start with Melody. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. I'm still running off at the mouth. Sorry. Grand Rising, Cheryl.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. Grand Rising, Cheryl.
Hi, Miss Pinky. Oh, you sound tired. How's that beautiful
baby? I'm both down and tired.
Just thinking you had 2 or 3 to take care at one time.
I'm telling you. Welcome to Gmod.
Okay, so now we want to talk about clean water, you guys. She wants to give Melody and Dr. Sharita, right? Not Sharita, Shanita. Her name, well, Dr. Foster. I know Dr. Foster.
Shanita. Yeah, Shanita.
Yeah, Dr. Foster. And I'm gonna tell you, that was over 40 years ago when my family moved back over here from Tanzania, and they needed clean water in those villages. Then that was over 40 years ago, you guys. And just recently, about 2 years ago, we went on a cruise. And it was just something where they still had to go to the well and put the bucket on top of their head and walk back to their house with the water, all right? So the lady was telling me that, yeah, snakes be all around that well and everything, while they got to go over there and try to get water out that well. So, okay, you guys, that one particular woman got Miss Van. Y'all know how Miss Van is. I think I told y'all this yesterday. Mm-hmm. Talking about Melody, telling us, what does she do but over here? She got to go all the way over there to do something. What does she do over here in America? And this woman that said that, for the first time, I really did. She probably went and looked at her. Me and her got into it before, but I didn't never go look at none of her videos. But this time I did, because she was talking about Africa and the clean water. This woman is a fan. This woman is a stalker of Melody. That need to be brought to her attention. She know every little corner that Melody in, every little rock that Melody in. She knows so much about Melody it's crazy over there. Yes, Melody. Well, anyway, Melody need to be concerned about this woman. She's a stalker, allegedly a stalker. And then I showed Pinky, I sent Pinky a screenshot where she said she charging $5 for some negative comments for Melody. Yeah. If you want her to talk bad about Melody, you got to pay $5. Yeah, that's how her mind is, y'all. But Miss Van, she chimed in. You know, you a non-factor, because Melody do so much. She know what Melody do in the community, because she a stalker. Right. This woman is a stalker. And Melody, I hope you hearing me. She another AL. She just a female. Pay attention to this woman, Melody. Pay attention to her. Allegedly, and allegedly, this is the most dangerous thing I've seen, y'all.
Yeah, I believe you. This woman trying to make money off her.
Melody ain't got nothing to worry about because that lady's probably worth. She only sell what she worth. She probably only worth $5. But at the end of the day, Melody, I believe she knows about this woman. I think she blocked her. I think she had the nerve to come into Melody's live or something, and Melody blocked her. So,
Yeah,
but she's on the
yeah.
list of people that's stalking her. What she need to do is get online because so many people are stalking her, from this lady to Miss Wanda to it's so many. Martel, he's the first on the list. He's the first on the list of stalkers. And you got Bed Bug. You got so many people stalking Melody, so jealous of Melody. They hate her accomplishments. Because I would like to know her to list how many charities have she paid have she donated to? I mean, how many charities have she donated to? What have she done for her community? Since she worried about what Melody do, I would like to know what she do for her community besides being on YouTube, being a messy biatch. You know, what does she do for her community? That's what I would like somebody to go over there and ask her. What have she done? List some things she's done since she got so much to say about Melody.
Let me take time out to welcome Melanated
Hi,
Energy.
Melanated Energy.
You still there? Did you drop
I'm
back
here.
down?
I'm here. I had to take myself off mute in my phone. But
Good morning,
good
ladies.
morning, grand rising, grand rising. No
Melanated
morning, good grand
Good
rising.
morning, baby.
Morning.
Thank you for having
No,
me.
baby. Lord.
Morning.
Good morning, melanated energy.
Well, what's on your mind, Melanated Energy? Right now, we're
All right.
talking
So,
about the clean water in Africa, and what else did we see? And the leprechauns, the St. Patrick Day.
so I did Pan Africana studies as my minor when my in my years when I was in school. And what I learned was that a lot of this stuff has already been research founded and put out, but that they really suppress these books now from the kids that
Mm-hmm.
teach the true history of of the black body being the first on every continent in the world was the black body. And Diop, because back in what is it, the Egypt, now the Middle East,
Mm-hmm.
Diop was a scientist that proved to the Middle Eastern people that the Egyptians was black. And he this is before DNA and everything. Like he did a whole chemistry, everything, pulled the DNA and proved it. And right after he proved it to the people, they assassinated him. That that the Egyptians was black. And on the European continent, it is crazy that people don't realize a lot of these holidays that they celebrate, these European holidays, are, if you go back, if you research the origin of it, it shows that it's rooted in black oppression, and genocide. So I thank you for having these lives where you talk about that, Ms. Black Titanic, because this is very important, and a lot of people do not know who they are, where they come from, or their power.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Melanated Energy, but I find out when I'm telling my people this, they almost get mad and they want to argue with you, because it's just to think of themselves as being kings and queens. We really were. And to think of their religion as voodoo as being something magical, that makes them mad too. Now these people were advanced in shoemaking. So before then, the clear people weren't wearing no shoes, y'all. We put shoes on the feet,
Mm-hmm.
don't have to put shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Medicine. And they also was these people, the Twa. I'm talking about the Twa people now. Right there. They were scientists. They said that they specialized in metabolic science. They were scientists. They were so advanced. Yes. And now I'm going to tell all of you guys, you'll never get this stuff taught. Anybody that don't like you not going to teach you right, and they not
Right,
going to teach your
That's right.
children right. It's
right,
up to us to go in and teach it to our children. And kids, they act like they don't be interested. But, it's just like I grab my little grandson. If I'm riding down the road and I stop at the traffic light, hey, look, did you know that Mr. Morgan Mr. Morgan built this track. But like, that's the Black history right there. That was what, less than a minute of teaching him. You don't have to remember the name. You can say a Black man invented that or a Black woman did that. So we got to constantly feed program our children. So we're saying that by the time the kids get in junior high school, they don't be interested. It's hard to keep our kids interested because when they in school, all they read about is that they're nobody. And the other race put their superiority up front. So our children don't want to hear that mess.
That's right.
That's why, and I believe that was also why they decided to go ahead and integrate the schools, because if you go back to was it the Little Rock Nine, one of the women was the one that created, the IBM computer. She created the basis of it, and that was because she was taught in the Black schools when it was segregated. They taught the kids too well and they was advancing too much, and that's why I believe that they did the integration, so they had the hands-on manipulation and oppression of the education, of the Black kids. It's crazy, but it's all manipulated, like how you said with the Twa people, how they twisted up the story to make it seem like something else than what it really was. It was a genocide, and they just took advantage of everything. Crazy.
And another thing too, you guys, when we think of the Holocaust, we never think about the African Holocaust. Now, what we went through, what y'all think slavery was? That was a Holocaust. That was right here in America. That was a Holocaust right there. But when we think of Holocaust, we never think about ourselves. We think about the clear people. But getting on the Holocaust in Germany, it was far more Blacks killed than it was Jews. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, Jews, don't get upset. I'm teaching facts about our history. That was wrong the way they did them Jews. And it also was wrong what they did to us. I mean, they killed millions more of our people than they did, but you won't hear about it. Only thing you hear about is the clear Jews. You will not hear about over there in Germany what about the Africans over there. Now they had to kill them up because that was their land. The whole of Europe belonged to the Africans, y'all.
Right.
It's like they used to teach us in school about Christopher Columbus discovering America. Then we find out that it's the Indians who really discovered America. It wasn't Christopher Columbus.
You know that
and you are the Indians. See,
thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. We were the Indians. We were the ones that was here first. Right. And the Holocaust only lasted 7 years.
Yeah.
The Holocaust only lasted 7 years. The cattle slavery that they was doing to the island of Hispaniola over here in the United States, ours was like 400 years. Like that's you cannot compare. And right now in the Congo, there's a Holocaust going on over there or in that country where they're chopping up and enslaving and oppressing the Black people of that land right now as we speak.
Yeah, but I want to say one thing, and then we're gonna move it on. When this been recently, when Obama went over there to Libya, right? Kissed Gaddafi and said he gonna do a partnership with him. See, Gaddafi, I'm tell y'all, Gaddafi was paying reparation to us, right? America seized the reparation. Now it was gonna be just like they do the Jews. Every year the Jews, or however they pay them Jews, they're gonna get their reparation. Libya, Gaddafi had arranged to do that, right? So they blocked it. They seized the money. And so then, okay, he tried to reroute it to Minister Farrakhan so Minister Farrakhan could get the ball running, right? Then the United States didn't like it. So what did they do? They enlisted this Black man called Obama. I know y'all gonna be mad, but this is the truth. Obama went over there and Clinton, really, the vice president, Miss Clinton, went over there. She had been after that man. He wanted to change the money into gold. That way the United States would not have no power over nobody with their money and controlling that money, right? They went in there and killed Gaddafi, y'all. Gaddafi had an all black female army. That's what he had. But their reason for killing that man, they did not want us to have reparation. And then guess where the people at now? They in slavery.
Yep.
Right now, today.
Yep.
This is what I'm trying to get on to. Today, they killed up them the leader, and all those people. The Africans are in slavery, new modern slavery. Yeah, and he remind me of Judah. You know how Judah in the Bible went and kissed Jesus, and then end up they order a hit on Jesus. That's the same thing that Obama did. And another thing Obama wouldn't do neither. Reparation came up again at one of those conferences. He refused to go. He refused to give us reparation. He shut it down. So we have to, when we're talking about voting, and when we got to vote on the people that gonna do something for us. We just got to quit voting because we Democrat. You gotta vote if they gonna do something for your people. That's who you need to be voting on. We the only place that do that. We vote because we Democrat. We don't vote.
That's crazy.
Huh?
No, you're right. That is crazy that people just vote because they're Democrat. They're not taking in the technicalities of everything.
I mainly vote for who, like Miss Black Titanic said, I vote for who is going to do right by us.
Right. Right.
And because the same White House where they lay their head at, the slaves built that too from the ground up. From the ground up, the slaves built that White House. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, do y'all think Joe Biden has done?
I didn't vote for him. I voted for Trump. People thought I was crazy. Everybody turned against me, and I was like, I live in New York. I grew up with Trump. Trump used to hang out in Harlem, where I'm from, and I knew he was not racist. I knew, like, I'm like, this is crazy that it's like they got mind control over people. Clinton did so many terrible things in Haiti to Gaddafi and everybody. Like, it's crazy. And Biden, he had the largest mass amount of. He's the one that did the 3-strike shootout and was incarcerating the largest amount of black bodies in prison that ever in history. It was because of Biden.
Yeah, and two, standing on it. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The elders my age fail these children, because if they would have knew the history of Biden when it comes to black people, he was like a Ku Klux Klansman, and he still is. And our kids would at least be educated to know that this man right here is a sheep in wolf clothing. But he have did so much damage to the black community, you guys. And the reason he picked Harris, because he and Harris got the same record. Miss Sister Harris, she loved, they call her lock 'em up. She loved to lock up black men and black women.
In California.
Yeah.
Largest amount of incarceration was because of her. Yeah.
Yeah, and they was taking the black mothers out of the home, the ones that the children that had sickle cell anemia. The children were missing days from school because they would be in the hospital. This woman would lock them mothers up because of that. Yeah. Okay, you guys, go ahead on, babe. I'm gonna get ready for the next section.
I wanted to add to the sickle cell thing. Sickle cell is only with black people. So when she targeted the mothers that kept their kids out due to sickle cell anemia, which is a black genetic, I think it's some trait with the blood or whatever that causes crises where the kids can't move and they're in constant pain. It's like she took the vulnerable parents that had kids that suffered from that and made it a crime. That was a crime in itself. She need to be brought up on charges for that. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Black women in the
Hold
building.
it. Yeah, Black women said, I need y'all to do y'all research that is false about Harris. What false about Harris? Go look at, go look at, you got to go look at her history in California. And then this is not false about Harris and these mothers. I don't have time to go back. You go do your research, okay? Come back and let us know what you found out about those black mothers. Now, those mothers was even testifying that they have this relationship with the school when your children have sickle cell. So when the children is in the hospital, they're not supposed to pick the mother up and arrest the mothers, right? Yeah, so what they call it, truancy or whatever, that's the law they came out with. But yeah, Mrs. Black woman in the building, that woman was hell when it come to Harris and Biden. Both of them was hell when it comes to the black community, and I know we don't like to hear it. We don't want to hear things because we've been taught to think in a different way, not to deal with facts.
She's not. People keep saying she black, this, that, and other because she went to HBCU. She's not black. She's like the other Indians that don't really like black people. They just benefit from identifying from it whenever it's convenient. Look at her husband. She's making sure her genetic trait starts to look white. That's how I look at her.
White is on her birth certificate, but that's not her fault that white is on her birth certificate, but it gives you the role of how her mother wanted to raise her as a white woman. Right. She has no connection with the black community at all. So Trump will enslave us again if he is elected. Trump is much worse than Biden. Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead on the talk. Let me get my grandbaby out the kitchen. Go and talk for me.
No, I ain't voting for no Trump. I ain't voting for that narcissist. Oh no, voting for him. He ain't no better. Hello.
Yeah,
yeah, he ain't no better. Trump is a narcissist.
Everybody have their choice, but knowing him.
I'm not voting for him because I don't believe that he's no more in love with black people as anybody else. Because you see what he did with the Capitol. You see how he incited all those people to do what they did.
But it wasn't an attack on the black population. But it wasn't an attack. He did the insurrection, yes.
Yeah, the people died because of that. There's people that died because of what that is.
I'm not saying that they didn't. Yeah, I'm not saying that people didn't die, but it was not an attack directly on the black population.
No,
like Biden made sure he ruined a lot of families.
I hear you,
Biden.
But Trump's gonna probably do the same thing if he become off. He
was already in office and he didn't do that. He actually gave he actually poured money into the HBCUs. Do you know that the HBCUs is 500 times less funded than the white schools? And he actually gave billions to HBCUs. As soon as Biden went in office, he stopped that immediately, and he did not believe the college funds that he promised to get in office.
Okay, hold y'all, because this is gonna be politics and religion is a non-stop thing. So we're gonna agree. To me, this is how I see it. They both would be our slave masters. Just put it like that. One got a little bit more different style than the other one, right?
Wasn't Trump just charged for R-ing some woman? Wasn't he charged for that? Wasn't he found guilty for R-ing some woman?
It wasn't a black woman; it was a white woman. Not saying that it was right, but I'm looking at balancing the scales with saying that enslavement, black people, black oppression. I
get that, but R is R. So it doesn't matter.
Okay, listen. We out of hand arguing about politics. Okay, so that's what's going on. Some of us gonna vote, some of us vote non-Democrat, and some of us did. So that's the problem with our community, right? Our community. When I look at both of them, Biden and Trump, I do see. I do know that Trump never, I can say this, he had never written a policy against black Americans. See, that's what counts. What's up there that they write on that paper, the rules and regulations that they have for our people that go down in history from generation to generation, But both of them, I see them as slave masters. That's who I see them at. We did have a third party, but nobody looked at him. They had a black man, Mr. Johnson, running, but nobody looked at him because he was on the independent ticket. But let me just answer some of this. I don't know why. Let me get Martel. This woman said Trump. Let me get this out the way. Trump has a history of being racist, so please stop telling us lies about him and not being a racist. Of course he is. He don't. Trump
Sure
don't.
is a racist. He sure
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Trump is a racist. Yep.
All of them that been in that White House is a racist. On down to Biden, every last one of them. Yeah, what you gonna talk about? A big this your snake bigger than my snake, so therefore my snake is less dangerous. That's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with two slave masters. Well, one of y'all gonna love this slave master than the other slave master. You got Trump. Well, Trump can just open with him. What you see? Yeah, Trump come along and say, yeah, y'all thought racism was gone. Oh, we still out here. That's all he is. He in there remind y'all that racism never did go away. But the fact is when will we as black people start thinking for ourselves? We could get our own candidate and have that candidate run third party, start a whole new whatever, because the Democrat, the last 50, 60 years, look at us as a people when we talk about the Democrat. And the reason I say the Democrat is because that's where 97% of us is voting is Democrat. So we can take that 90% and put this slave master, keep the slave master back on the plantation over us. We can use the same amount of people to pick somebody that's going to do for us and put them in the independent ticket. But I don't think we'll do it. I really don't.
I think that when you fund education that was built for black people, that would actually help give them the leverage and the know-how to put themselves in positions to where it empowers the community. And
Yeah.
the only one I know that has done that was Trump. That's why I said that you got to look at the facts. He gave the money. Biden stopped it.
Yeah,
He gave the
virus.
money to empower the community.
Yeah, Virus and Obama took money from the BCUs. Uh-huh. Okay, you guys. So, what is the lady? One lady, there was one that's in the building. What are we lying about Harris? That's what I want to know. I just really, can you type that in? Because I'm really interested in knowing what is it that we lied about with Miss Harris. Okay, I'm gonna get this man off of here. Yeah, so we kind of got into politics, but I guess there's no way around it when you started talking things in terms of slavery and genocide, right? There's no way to get around it. So you got to go all the way back to politics. Okay, Cheryl, you not Cheryl, my co-host been quiet. What you got to say?
Okay. I'm here trying to drink some coffee.
Miss Piggy tired.
Let me see.
Let's go to Cheryl.
Yeah, go Cheryl.
Okay.
I'm trying to wake up.
I think what Melody is doing is a great accomplishment. I mean, there's nothing this woman can't do. There's nothing that she doesn't do, to help the community, even other communities. And I'm proud of Melody Cherie for, going to Africa to give clean water. Dr. Shanita going to give clean water. I'm proud of her. I mean, if more people looked out for black people, this would be a better world that we living in. I mean, because honestly, you got some black people that's racist too. And it's your own kind can be racist. So I'm just glad that she's doing something that's positive. That something she always does. She always does positive things. And I'm proud of her for doing that. And more people should follow her lead. That's
I agree. I agree.
I'm
I
so
think
proud.
that.
I'm proud of Melody for that.
And the fact that she's gonna, like, give everyone that donates the $100, their name, on that well, and they get a plaque to put up next to all their other accolades to show pride and supporting, going beyond the borders to
And
help people
and,
of their own,
and
that's
right.
that's in the same struggle. I think that's a very nice thing to do.
And these are the things that the haters won't do. The haters ain't gonna do that. All the haters know how to do is sit behind the screen and type what Melody should and should not do. When I don't see them donating a penny to anything. I don't see them donating. I don't see them doing turkey drive, clothes drives, shoes drives. I don't see them do any. I don't see them do half of what Melody does. To all the haters that keep saying stuff.
If anything, they
Follow her
taken.
lead, huh?
They taken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
follow her lead. She's a giver. She's not a taker.
Yeah.
Gives
She
back.
is.
They don't take, 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 take.
Yeah.
But the haters give, they take, 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 take.
Right. You're
That's
right, guys. Y'all are right about that. I'm sorry to just to jump in, but yeah, you're right about that. Melanie is a giver, and anybody, and I know what that feels like when you're always giving and giving. Then you got haters coming after you because you're giving. That's because they're lacking in what they're projecting themselves off on you because they know they can't do anything.
Crack down on kids who cut class and
what's that? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, I just want to show y'all this on Kamala Harris. So I just found a little clip. Maybe I'm not. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Yeah, so today, y'all know it's the weekend. Everybody home. Okay, you guys, let me just this is what I'm gonna do. Y'all just listen, okay? This is the news talking about Kamala Harris on truancy. So I hope Black Lady in the building still is here. Here she go.
is promising to crack down on kids who cut class. And today, city leaders explained why that could also cut down on violent crime. Linda Yee joins us from the newsroom with some disturbing numbers. Linda? Dana, the numbers are startling. The district attorney says a high number of murder victims are directly related to truancy problems. So the battle against the city's violent crime rate is moving onto the school campuses. Mayor Newsom visited Thurgood Marshall High School to talk about the new plan to attack the problem of truancy. A $450,000 federal grant will be used to hire more school police officers for truancy patrol, much like Oakland's program. Money will also be used to hire more counselors to help the kids who have a range of problems that contribute to them skipping school.
Truant individuals disproportionately engage in the kind of criminal activity and the kind of social behavior that is becoming increasingly problematic in San Francisco. Not all, but many. And so it's an early warning. It's an intervention strategy to get serious about that correlation and engage youth before they engage in inappropriate activity.
We are looking at a situation where in the last couple of years,
Harris.
94% of the victims of homicide were high school dropouts. We are looking at a fact that people who are not educated, who do not receive the benefit of a good public education, which I know Gwen Chan is committed to providing in our schools, when they don't receive the benefit of a good public education, the odds-on favorite is that they will not lead a productive life. The program will target 4 schools in San Francisco that have the highest rate of truancy, including Thurgood Marshall, Galileo, the International Studies Academy, and Horace Mann Middle School. Teachers have identified their top 25 truant students in each of those schools and will work with them personally. Now, the DA also promised to prosecute all truant children and a parent who fails to provide and support the child. Kamala Harris says they will charge that parent with contributing to a delinquency of a minor. Dana, Linda, thank you.
So y'all hear that? She is talking about she invented this program of truancy for elementary kids. She's saying this is where they get this topic from, that this is prevention. That these elementary kids as high as 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year old is most likely to commit murder and crime. And then so her truancy program would be the people that miss the most out of school. She targeted the Black community, right? And who was missing mostly out of school was the children with sickle cell anemia. So y'all, that's what she did. And on top of that, Harris called her lock them up. Y'all go look at her history. She, even after she found out that this man was innocent, he had already did over 20 years in prison. She still fought hard to keep this man behind bars. So we have to go back and really look. It's not what we do is allow other people to spoon feed us what they want us to know about the people, and so that's what we go with. Of course, she's not gonna get on national TV while she running for president and tell y'all that she hate y'all, hate us. Well, anyway, let's get on back to, we're gonna do part 2, y'all. This is about well, thank y'all so much, y'all, for participating. I know everybody gonna have their different opinion on who they gonna vote for and who they ain't gonna vote for. I find out that our people, it's hard to change our people, even when you hit them in the head with facts. They still don't want to change. You can tell them now that Jesus was a Black man, they be ready to choke me for saying that. Slavery was worse than the whole Holocaust. Yes, because just like Melanated Energy said, that the Holocaust lasted how many years?
7 years, only 7 years.
Mm-hmm. And then the slavery lasted over 400 or 500 years?
400 years.
More, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all. Now I'm finna put this through. This is about the second half is gonna be the guys on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and y'all remember when this man Tiffany was pregnant, 8 or 9 months pregnant, and they went off on Tiffany. And then Big Lou had to step in. But after that, Big Lou did not want to do that show anymore because, this is my opinion, he's trying to save his marriage and his reputation, okay? So this is what we're getting ready to see now. Big Lou, I'm going to have to put y'all over to the side. Yeah, Big Lou. Here we go. Big Lou. And yeah, Tiffany really was provoking a lot of people, though. She would be provoking you, though. Oh, Lord, that girl. And you could tell it was fake. This is called Marsau is the new Karen, y'all. He is the Karen of the show. That's what he is. Oh, yeah, he is the Karen.
Marsau is the Karen. And then he talking. Did you hear that comment he said about a content creator told her to do?
No, what did he do?
Yoke or something. Hope yoke or something. Didn't tell you to jump off of
Huntsville cast.
Ooh, that's going to be a new one. I can't wait to run.
Kind of is what registered as messy in the conversation. Now, when we look at the
go back a little bit, you guys.
Also asked Sheree, well, you must put the P word down so you're not bothered. And Sheree, surprisingly, didn't pull a wig. Mm-hmm. So when you saw all that unfold, was Tiffany being messy?
Absolutely. But yes, she was being messy. And by messy, what I mean is that Tiffany was asking Sheree questions that typically, in the lives that most of the viewers lead, the life that I live, we wouldn't ask such direct questions to someone that we're not that familiar with, right? So that I think kind of is what registered as messy in the conversation. Now, when we look at this from a reasonable and logistic, perspective, a logical perspective, she was moving the story of the show forward. What Tiffany was doing was asking the questions that were in the minds of everyone who watched that scene on the episode. These are the questions that we all had for Sheree. Another thing that I think people are missing here is that she wasn't asking a normal, person who is not accustomed to that sort of line of questioning the questions that she asked. She was asking Sheree Whitfield, who is a 10 plus year deep veteran in the reality television game, who is accustomed to being in tense, high energy situations like that, where you're under a different grilling, you're subjected to a different type of grilling and questioning. So it wasn't as offensive to her as I think some of the viewers naturally would assume that it would be, So I do understand why people are saying it was messy, but listen, that's what we want Tiffany to do. Tiffany is taking up the space of the show that she quite naturally deserves to. She is a second year. Is this Tiffany's second or third year?
Third year. I
had to check myself. This is Tiffany's third year on the show. So her comfort level, I think, is surprising a lot of the viewers because she's kind of busting out of her shell. She's comfortable in her shoes as a cast member, and she is, performing as such. And I welcome it. This is exactly what we had kind of suggested that she do the last time we talked about Tiffany and her relevance to the cast and what kind of moves things along. So I was happy with it. Be messy, Tiffany.
Be messy, Tiffany. And listen, every reality show has a person, like you said, who moves story forward. Whether or not they do in the way you would do in your real life, that's who Tiffany is. Tiffany isn't acting. Mm-hmm. I said this publicly. I said it to her in my interview with her. There were tons of people who wanted to be on Huntsville. I chose Tiffany because in her casting tape, if y'all thought Tiffany's messy now, her casting tape, she was saying things that Lewis was blushing. Lewis was like, you gonna tell Carlos at the team all of this? Damn. So I knew that, listen, this cast needed somebody to shake things up because they have a long history of being friends. And you needed somebody to step in and say the things or ask the questions that the audience wants. Listen, y'all can love Tiffany or hate her. I love her. Dustin loves her. Now look, Martel and Marsau may not love her. So what we saw tonight is this. Marsau goes home and tells Tisha about what was happening. And then we saw Tiffany tell Lewis. When you saw this happen tonight, was Marsau in the right for the way he approached Tiffany in general?
No. And the reason that he was not in the right was because he wasn't involved. Tiffany's conversation with Sheree had literally nothing to do with Marsau. And once again, Marsau's kind of taking on the role of being overbearing that I think people have identified and attached to him since we were introduced to him in season 1. And he had been doing good for a while and kind of dispelling that, you know what I mean? And not necessarily being being outspoken and having the great personality that we love him for, because we do love Marsau in this cast. And he is absolutely a very necessary part of this cast. But he didn't have nothing to do with it. Okay, to put it simply. This had nothing to do with him. So I did think that he was a little bit out of bounds, kind of opining on it in general.
And what about Lewis? So Tiffany, let me tell you something. When they called Tiffany possibly being a Karen, and Tiffany clocked that T saying, it's because I'm half white, you're calling me a Karen, which I thought, say which one about Tiffany, barefoot and pregnant, she catches the shade when it's thrown at her. And
I mean, go ahead. You know what a Karen is, you know what I mean? And I think that I will give Marsau this credit. He absolutely identified and defined a Karen, perfectly. A Karen is someone who did kind of what he did in the first damn place. Offers your opinion unsolicited on something that has nothing to do with you, the thoughts and feelings and experiences of other people. So Marsau, was kind of in a takes one to know one kind of position. I thought no one better in that scene to call her Karen than Marsau, who was exhibiting the exact behavior that he was vilifying her for. Even having a commentary, on the situation anyway. So I get it. And shout out to Tiffany for being shrewd and keen enough to kind of be able
Yeah, but they were so inappropriate. They were very inappropriate for talking to that girl like that.
About what Tiffany said to Sherelle. I'm here. I'm saying, Melody, she's avoiding me. I ain't got time for that. So I want to go ahead and enjoy my cupcake, talk to Big Lou, and dip. So what happened yesterday, man? What did you hear? Well, first off, before I say what I heard, I want to know what's truly was said before I actually react to that piece. I guess I kind of want to hear what you. How do you know something happened? I mean, obviously my wife came and was feeling some type of way. She felt some kind of way. 100%. I mean, if two guys approach her about a situation that had to do with another woman, that's something totally different. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that we approached her, but we were meeting by Selma. Since you're here, we might as well go and discuss, about my party and the things that she was just saying to Sheree and things of that nature that I felt was very, very, very inappropriate and very disrespectful. What did she say to Sheree? What did she tell you? She said. I know the first question she told me was, "How does it feel to be a cheater?" It gets worse. It gets a lot worse. Calling me a cheater and
You are a cheater.
do you think making a statement? Do you think you're good enough to keep him? Man. To me, Sheree's a grown woman, though. I don't think another woman would ever say. I don't think there's another human that would say those things. Well, y'all two grown men. Y'all went to my wife. No, we didn't go to her. We had a meeting. Okay, and my thing is, you had a meeting. You had a meeting, but that meeting turned into what? It was an extended conversation only because of her conversation with my guest. I get it. My guest. I get that. I get that. I was going to talk to you, but it just since she was right there, I might as well mention it. Okay, but it was a lot of stuff that was mentioned, like, what the you thinking by saying that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was a reaction. I need the Karen come in. She's acting like a Karen. What's a Karen? Yeah, look, she's. What's a Karen? This can't be.
Marsau.
What's a Karen? What's a Karen? Look, a biracial person? White person? What is it? What's a Karen? No. Somebody that's naive. Karen has nothing to do just because you're white. What is it? You can be white, not Karen. That's why I'm asking for clarification. 100%. A person who feels entitled to share their opinion unsolicited to others when it's inappropriate and disrespectful and condescending. And I give a
That's like exactly what you
what
did.
they have to say is more important than everybody else's feelings. Did you ask why she said it? Well, I asked her, I was like, why did you say that? And she said that I feel that you and Sheree will make blended families. Just being a real man. One thing about my wife, bro, and I know Tiff. I know her well. Tiff is going to vocalize what she feels. A lot of times it's not about the fact of what's happening, but what is potentially going to happen. She knows how you feel about family. Yeah. So my thing is if these are barriers and hurdles that you already got to cross over, and Tiff, I'm telling you right now, it ain't no negative factors of her saying, "Oh, you didn't cheat out of the field." No, it ain't no stop. I'm not covering up for her. I'm not trying to make up. You are stop it. Y'all should have stopped that. Make no sense what you're saying. I truly get the fact of Martel feeling a certain way. I get Tiff said some things that may have came off to Sheree the wrong way. But at the end of the day, what does Marcel have to do with this? It has nothing to do with him. It's really starting to aggravate me. It piss me off. So you're justifying what you did. You're justifying what you did. So it was right. So it was right for you to go to my wife. Next time something happens, I'm going to go to your wife. How about that? You're not going to go to my wife. So don't go to my wife. No, I didn't go to my wife. I didn't go to my wife and talk about no. Listen. Let's key for a second, all right? Because when I hear things getting a little loud outside, and I know that we're supposed to be celebrating. So let me step out here and make sure that this is a celebration and not
specifically identify what he really meant by calling her a Karen. Yeah.
Is Marsau a Karen?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, he's a Karen. That's what he did. He just didn't like that Tiffany said the things that she said to Sheree, so he had an opinion about it. It had nothing to do with him. He's not in a relationship with Sheree or Martel, and so it had nothing to do with him. It was Tiffany's dialogue and discourse with Sheree. It really didn't have anything to do with Martel other than that it was about him, but it was a conversation between Sheree and Tiffany. So if anyone bore the responsibility to react or be affected by the dialogue in any way, it was actually Sheree, not Marsau, not Martel, damn sure not Maurice. So I just don't, I was a little lost in the way that they were connecting that. But people have opinions and feelings about things. And again, as you mentioned, this is a cast that has long-standing history. And, you know, if something happened.
That was wrong. They bullied that woman, a 9 months pregnant woman. Yeah, Marsau is the biggest Karen on the show.
Yeah. It's a lot of niggas hate, and I don't entertain it. But
Yes,
then
it is the biggest bully of them all. Yeah.
if you don't want it like me, I can take.
That was good, Black Titanic.
Yeah. What I really think, y'all, that was when Big Lou decided that he wanted to leave because that did not represent who he was.
Right.
And if y'all notice, Big Lou, he separated himself from them. He didn't hang out with them.
No, after that scene, you didn't see nothing of Big Lou anymore. Big Lou started separating himself earlier, but after that one scene where he had to check them, you didn't see no more of Big Lou. Big Lou disappeared until they was in their home getting ready to let us know that they're not coming back.
Yeah.
And I think Big Lou had a business. He's a businessman. Mm-hmm. He's a father. He's a pillar of the community, and he didn't want them to drag him down. Yeah, he wasn't about that life like them criminals.
That's right. You got to separate the men from the boys.
Right. Big Lou would have broke Martel's neck. And,
right.
And as for Marsau, he is a Karen because Marsau had nothing to do with. Let me just say this: we as women, whether we like Tiffany or not, whether she's pregnant or not, if we saw two grown men, I know men are standing around and look, but women would stand up. They wouldn't have to know you. Let two grown men be coming at a woman. Women would come up between that conversation and check them. A man they have to have numbers to do it. A woman would do what's right before a man when somebody is in need or in need of help. And at that moment, sitting at that table, she was in need of help because Martel was acting nothing more than a little cat, a stink cat.
Well, you know, more appalling was Marsau. Y'all, Marsau was screaming and yelling at this girl. Mm-hmm. And why did he feel like he had to protect
Martel?
Why did he feel like he had to protect Martel? Martel was a grown man. He didn't have to step in like he had to protect Martel from Tiffany, a 9 months pregnant woman. She was 9 months, y'all.
Unless they sleeping in the bed together, allegedly, in my opinion. That's just what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah. Let me say that since you say that. Yeah, all things on this channel is allegedly. All things on this channel is fair use for entertainment and educational purposes. Just my opinion, just my titanium opinion, and my host and guest.
Right. But you hadn't heard too many times Martel and said on Queen Sheba, he said it on Tasha K. He wants a woman to, and another show too, he wants a woman to take care of him and to protect him. What? Let my husband say some crap like that. Let my son say, I would come at him. You don't need nobody a woman. What are you trying to get, a linebacker or something? And I'm a female linebacker. Are you meaning you trying to get a man to protect you? He's saying it ain't cold. He want a person to protect him. He trying to say, men out there, if you're bigger than me with bigger muscles, can you take care of me and protect me? Because I mean, coleslaw, and I already put it out there. You know, I hit it from, you can hit it from the back. My opinion, but what man is going to keep saying that? And he ain't that smart. He don't understand. Ninja, you letting everybody know you swing both ways. We already know that. And can't nobody tell me that because I've been watching him for the longest. And I'm just telling you what I see. I had my coffee. I'm wide awake now. Yes, I'm telling you what I see now. Yeah. And then for Marsau to talking about he's jumping in like that other a young man, content creator, was talking with Carlos King. What in the heck is Marsau jumping in for? For what? For what? Them producers there should have checked both of them. That was out of line. If she was a completely clear-skinned woman, not a mixed skin, but a complete clear-skinned woman, oh, they've been off the show by now. Producer, everybody be up in arms. Everybody. They shouldn't have been checking that woman in the first place. And Marsau, he needs to sit down. Marsau haven't checked the right woman. Like Melanie, he's afraid to check Melanie for some reason because he got them puppy dog ears for her. He think no woman measure up to Melanie, and that is true. I know you want her, but she don't want no man with no teeth in the front. She don't want no man that got bigger hips than her. She don't want that man that got a bigger butt and bigger breast than her. That she got to tell him you need to put on a girdle or some spandex or whatever to be around her. She don't want that.
What? Oh, pardon me. What happened to Melanated Energy? I'm sorry. She dropped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have dropped down by mistake or something. Maybe.
Yeah. Melanated Energy.
Okay, you could come back. Let me put the link back out. I'm sorry. Go ahead on, y'all.
Okay. I'm gonna let y'all talk, but y'all can tell I'm awake now.
Okay, Melanated Energy or anybody else want to come up? Here is the link. Okay, go on, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, you can go ahead and give your comments.
Yeah, well, first of all, Martel wasn't even into Sheree like that anyway. So he should have just kept his mouth shut. He wasn't this fake, so-called fake relationship that him and Sheree had. We all know it was fake anyway. Now we know it came out that it was fake. It was just a business relationship. So he wasn't feeling Sheree like that anyway. And more so, of course, he's going to jump in a woman's face or come at a woman. I never seen, but when Kiki's husband came after him, he was running and hiding behind Kimmy and Maurice instead of being the man with all the mouth, because he has a lot of mouth. But as we see, he runs behind Kimmy and Maurice when Kiki's husband comes after him. So honestly, I don't pay nothing that Marcel say anymore at the end of the day. I'm glad that Big Lou left because he's a man. He's about his family. He's not about all that gossiping like Marcel and Martel and them do. They're like a bunch of women. That's what they are. Maybe that's what they want to be. I don't know. That's what they need to be. That's what they act like. Women. So, I'm glad that Big Lou left. Don't associate yourself with a bunch of bands. They're bands. Big Lou's a man. He's about his family. He's about business.
Okay, let me just welcome Melanated back, y'all. She's back.
So
thank you.
Yeah, he's a band. So they bands. They you got to separate the men from the boys.
So what men do we have on Love and Marriage?
None of them.
All them act like boys. Big Lou was the only one, and then Big Lou showed you could tell he loved the Tiffany. Guys, he showed his wife compassion even when she was wrong. On that show, he would show compassion to his wife. These men on this show is an embarrassment to all black men. And then the women's on the show is an embarrassment to black women.
Right. They're even worse. There's no men on that show. There's no men on that show. I would classify Chris as one, but Chris, he letting the man jump in his wife's face and not do nothing, not defend her in no kind of way. That's not what a man do. A man stand up for his wife, protect his wife at all costs.
Okay, let me just go and just greet Miss Melanated Energy back. Hello, young lady.
Hi, Miss Black Titanium. Thank you for letting me back in. You saw me keep trying.
It's okay. You get dropped off. That's okay. What's on your mind?
So what I believe is that because what's her name? Tiffany did not subscribe to what I believe, and Miss Wanda even stated, for you to stay on the show, you have to go against Melody. And being that Tiffany did not subscribe to that, and she continued to maintain her friendship with Melody, I believe that Carlos King, because he's protecting Martel, because Martel wants a protector and a provider, so he's protecting and providing for Martel. That's why he did not put any safety measures in place or any type of provisions in place to keep her in a good place. And that attacked Lou's position as a man to protect and provide for his family, where he had to make that decision to get off the show. And that actually went in Carlos King's favor, like how he planned it. I believe that was all an orchestrated plan to get Tiffany off the show, because he did not want Melody to have any allies on the show. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you keep talking, we hear you. What's up?
No, I said I believe that Carlos King did not want Melody to have any allies on the show. And I believe that that's why there was no safety or no provisions put in place, because she was pregnant, and that would have them attacking Tiffany's those two men jumping in Tiffany's face, because Tiffany should have only been confronted by the women. You know what I'm saying? Men against men, women against women. But being that it was put in that order to where, they was probably I believe that was orchestrated for those two men to get in her face to attack Lou's manhood. Lou didn't have any of the male allies, and Tiffany had Melody as an ally, and Melody was Tiffany's ally. You know what I'm saying? And he did not want Melody to have no allies, so he had to get Tiffany off the show. So he attacked Lou's manhood by sicking those two men on his wife. Lou could have caught a charge for that.
After y'all get back. Okay. While you're speaking, I think you may go out there and finish that.
But that's it. That's my opinion. I think she's on the phone.
She thinks Bella's anxious right now.
What is that? Hello?
Yeah, I think she's on the phone or something.
Huh?
I think Miss Black Titanic is on the phone.
No, I'm here. I'm here, you guys.
I think that might be Miss Pinky. I think Miss Pinky may be.
Amani, get out of here with it. They're hearing you in the background. Get out of here with that. No, my granddaughter got that in the background.
Oh. That was my opinion.
Uh-huh.
That was my opinion. I'm done.
And I think a lot of people was disappointed, they say, because they felt like Big Lou should have came on, with fire and smoke coming all out of his ears. But he spoke to him in a very educated way. He spoke to him about what he didn't like, how they did his wife, and at the same time, he knows his wife like to promote.
Right. His wife is kind of messy too now. Lou said it.
I mean, that's all good for women. For women to go against women, and the wife to she did not go in no man's face and attack him. She went in Sheree's face, and Sheree is a seasoned veteran of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's the one that pitched the show. She knows how catty it gets. For those two men to have to jump in a woman's face that was 9 months pregnant was so foul, to where if Lou lost it, who could blame him? Like, that was ridiculous. And I find that to be irresponsible for production to allow that to go down the way it did.
Well, any other show, they would have been fired. They would have been fired. A pregnant clear woman getting abused like that by two men coming from each side. Yeah, they would have been. Also, y'all, while I'm on it, let's talk about Nene. What do y'all think? Nene said that, Portia went to production and told them that she wasn't gonna work if she worked. She did not discuss it with Nene. She said that Nene said that they had been out. They goes out together, but she never told her that she had a problem with her. This is what I want to ask y'all. Why is it Nene get all the negative backlash as opposed to the clear woman? The clear woman is suing Bravo, and everybody thinks she's right. But when Nene decided to step up for herself, to know her worth, that she deserved more than what she was getting, then it was a problem to the black women in our community. Also, Kim, he didn't throw the label on. Kim ain't did nothing. Everything foul, everything negative about that show. She done broke the rules, but they throw her lifelines each time. What do y'all think about Portia and Nene?
I believe I got all right. So from my understanding, when Portia dragged Kenya on the stage, Nene played her ally. She played her protector. She, covered her mouth and told her to be quiet. This is that and the other. Phaedra was removed from the show, and Nene went to production and said that Portia should not be allowed to come back, but Portia was allowed back. If you could do it, how you going to get mad when Portia do it?
Oh, so that's what you think this is. I'm gonna get my lick back.
and not only that, but Nene has some type of identity crisis. I think that she believes that she should have the same equal privilege as the white women on the white shows, and that's why she
melanated energy. What's wrong with that?
No, I'm not saying things wrong with that, but you gotta actually operate from reality and understand the monster and the system that you operating in. So when you come to them with that type of energy, you gotta be intelligent about it. You cannot come to them with this, poverty ghetto mindset and start hurling out all types of, things that's gonna, paint them in a bad light. They're gonna come back to you with the same energy. So you cannot expect a whole system. I don't know what's the name of Universal, whatever. Andy Cohen. They're not gonna give her like after you made them things. No way.
Well, to my understanding, they supposed to went in as a group, and they talked about it as a group to go in there and tell production that they were the #1 show. They started this whole franchise of reality show like that, but they were getting less. But according to Candace, decided she's gonna go ahead of them and just look out for herself, and then that broke that chain. Now that's when Nene came out and started saying, well, look, this is like this and this is like that. But initially, they supposed to went to production as a group, but Candy just looked out for herself. Okay, go ahead on, Melanated.
So I believe that she tried to rally the girls after she was isolating them, ostracizing them, attacking them on the show, not wanting to work with them, becoming difficult to work with. And then when you basically, because remember they started like reducing her role in the show because she became more and more problematic. You become problematic.
That's another thing that all the actors say when they speak up for themselves. Like when they want more money, they feel like that's when they said that they label them problematic, and nobody don't want to fool with them. But that's what they say. That's the.
But we saw it.
Huh?
We saw it on the show. Remember, she was going back and forth with Candy. She had a problem with Cynthia. Her and Kenya, she spat at Kenya. She was like they when she bust the cameraman or whatever, that was a violation. But as her star began to rise and she started to get more gigs, she was like, basically trying to minimize them, and make them feel less than her, and
hold it. Hold on, y'all. Hold it. And then I'm gonna read these two. Then Cheryl, you next. Candy said Nene brings the ratings and has been on there the longest. She does deserve what the clear women money get. The clear money act terribly all the time. Yeah, and plus they in and out of prison too, and they go right on back and receive more than Nene.
Mm-hmm.
As a culture, we do not stick together. Now, this is very important.
Mm-hmm.
This is how why other races keep domination over us. They can be at each other's throat personally.
Mm-hmm.
But when they come to power, they're gonna stick together. They're gonna stick together when it comes to maintaining themselves in power, and that's what we need to learn, y'all.
I agree. I totally agree.
They
I
better
agree. But I believe that she shouldn't have had like created those relationships with the castmates before she, presented that on the table to, want more, be rewarded for what she brought to the table.
Okay, Cheryl.
Yeah, my thing with Portia is you invite her to your wedding. You're in Miami together. You're acting like y'all putting this past behind you, whatever problems you had in the past. Then for you just to turn around and say, you don't want to work with her. Yeah, it sends mixed signals because she's already made up with Cynthia. They're back talking again. So Nene feel like this was past stuff we went through. Now this is the new era. Now we should be past that. So then why would you then turn around and say, after inviting me to your wedding, hanging out in Miami, acting like everything is good, to turn around and then say you don't want to work with me when I was on the show longer than you, was on the show before you even came to Bravo. Why would you?
Yes.
Why would you? Right? Why would you do that, knowing if that's how you really felt? What was the inviting me to your wedding about? What was hanging out in Miami was about? What was all that about? Was that fake? Was that phony? You felt this way all along? So that's what Nene's more like saying,
And why do Kim keep getting? Why do they excuse Kim then?
They excuse Kim for everything, and she done made
because
racist remarks.
Right.
She done made racist remarks towards black women on that show many times, and they still want to bring Kim back, but you want to out Nene. To me, I don't think it's right.
Nene brought Kim too.
Wait a minute, y'all. Let me hear from Pinky. She ain't saying nothing in a while.
Okay, let me ask. Here is Kim on a Housewives of Atlanta, right? She's the only clear skin woman on there, right? Why do and Nene is the one that got the show rolling, right? So why do she get a spin-off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they stick together, clear people.
Right.
That's been one producer sticking with their own race. Yeah.
They want to out.
She's the only one that's clear skinned, and she ain't very bright. I'm gonna have to say that she's not very bright. I ain't no shade to you, Kim, but you ain't very bright. But you get a spin off, and all you doing is got a husband and a daddy. When I say a money daddy, a sugar daddy, and a husband. So make that make sense. She get a spin off. Then they want to act a fool with Candy. And Candy is the hardest working woman in show business. But then you want to work Kenya to death. And then you got Nene running out here looking like she is trying to protect herself. But then you cater to the rest of the clear skinned people that's got dirt suit, but you looking her over. Oh Lord, y'all make sense for me.
Nene don't deserve the clear money. No, she don't deserve the clear money. Only the clear ones deserve it. I get it.
I agree, but I wonder after Kim did all that racial stuff, Candy comes on the show. I think that she was supposed. I'm not sure how the music thing went, but she let Kim snake her for tardy for the party. Like, it was crazy. And she named the daggone show after the song that Candy, didn't get no credits on, nothing. So,
well, see, they go back again to the clear people sticking with their own kind.
Exactly.
But Candy, why didn't Candy do that with with the black girls. Why she did that with the racist one that everybody knows she's racist.
Well, that song initially belonged to Nene, y'all.
Exactly.
If y'all go back from the
Exactly.
beginning, that was Nene's song. Mhm.
Exactly. And Candy gave it to her. So you can't, you like, when we, like, women, we gotta not say they gotta stop trying to identify with the white. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they snake themselves.
And Nene made that show. In my opinion, Nene made Roa.
Yeah, she
Nene made
it
Roa.
too.
Period. They can say what they want. Nene might got her ways, like everybody else got their ways. But she made the show. Nene made that show. And if Portia really felt like that, then you shouldn't have invited her to the wedding, and you shouldn't have acted as if y'all were cool and everything was good, and you're putting the past in the past, and you're moving on, and there's no more problems between us. You know, her and Cynthia speaking again. Everybody's cool again. But here come Kim. They want Kim on the show, the person that made all these racist remarks, with fried chicken and all kind of stuff she said. But then they want to oust Nene, the one who is the show. She's the face of that show.
Yes.
Well, they did the same thing with Mariah. Right?
Mariah,
now they're doing it with trying to do it with Melanie.
Yeah.
They did it with so just look at the history. 3 times y'all strike, you're out.
That's right.
Let me read some of what they're saying out here. Now, Candace say Portia wants to be the HBIC. Y'all know what that means on this season show. I believe she does not want Nene to steal her shine. Y'all know Nene is the queenery. Let's see. I'm glad the real Nikki said, I'm glad Nene put that demon on blast. Now, people know how she moves. Watch how it backfire on Portia. So you guys, what I was gonna say about Portia is that she could, like Nene said, they could have talked about that behind the scenes. She didn't have to go and try to block her from making money and blackball her in the industry where she won't be able to work. That's Nene's problem. Why didn't we discuss this? We've been hanging out.
Right.
We've been hanging out together. Why didn't we discuss this?
Right. Yeah, that's the same way Portia did when she got her husband. She just swept in and took the woman's husband. She just swept in and said she don't want to work with her, trying to blackball her. You got to watch out. Portia,
look what To Be Real said. This is very important. She said, because them producers claimed the show as theirs and then excluded them. Yeah, they wanted it. Yeah. And I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all look in history, whether it's a TV show or just downright history, they always do us like that. Look at yesterday I put out Mr. Page. He is the man that invented aviation, the airplanes, right? But we don't hear about it. Suddenly, Mr. What's his name? He'd been excluded out of the history book till 2023. You guys probably never knew that the real person that created these airplanes was a brother, right? And then let's go to Miss that was Mr. Page, Miss Ball. She's that scientist that created that vaccine for the leprosy. And guess what happened to her? They claimed that she must have got over to some toxic fumes and she died. And guess who claimed? The clear person that was working with her claimed her scientific work. So what they do is they get rid of you, exclude you. They excluded Mariah. They trying to exclude Melody and her mother out the picture so that they can claim this for themselves. Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
That's what they do. They like trying to thinking they're gonna run Melody off that show. They're not gonna run her off the show. It's not gonna happen. Melody's gonna leave when she's ready. Right. Now, people feel that she should leave. She's gonna leave, like she said, when she's ready. So, they try to exclude Mariah, Melody.
For peanuts.
But
for peanuts.
Right. People that made this show. If it wasn't for Melody coming to him with this show, Carlos wouldn't have the #1 top show, which is owned. He wouldn't have had that show if it wasn't for Melody. I'm gonna try to include a little bit of Martel, but not a lot. He was the chauffeur. He drove her there. He didn't really do no work. So, but she was the one who did this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they trying to run her off the show, and it's not going to work because Melody ain't going nowhere until she's ready. Simple
And
as
that's
that.
what they're upset about. So in each case we're looking at is exclusion. And they always try to use one of us to exclude, like this is the 21st century. So they use one of us to exclude. Just like we were talking about in politics, they use black faces to exclude what they want. They use these black faces, Now the HBIC, the HBIC, I'm sorry, y'all. And the HBUs, right? When Obama got into office, they took away most of their funds. So they used this black man, this black face to exclude, right? That way they don't look like the bad guy. So we go back to the Real Housewife of Atlanta with Nene, and that's what they want to do. They want to get her, the original creator, out the way and keep her out the way. So what would they do? They would use Portia. They probably had a talk with Portia. We will offer you X amount of dollars if you come out and say she too difficult to work with. Y'all know, look at all those celebrities. They say the same thing. Like, what's his name? Say, I'm not putting on no dress. I'm not putting on no dress.
Right.
And what do? The black men that don't put on dresses, they try to blackball them. They try to exclude them out of Hollywood. Yeah. So now Kim don't have to do nothing because she's white. So she don't have to do nothing but just be Kim. She don't even have no talent. That show had the lowest ratings season after season after season, but they still kept that show on.
And look what she going through now. Her and her husband, messy divorce. They calling the cops on each other back and forth. They are having drama like nobody but Kim and her husband are having drama. Cops are called every other day to their home.
They are trash.
To their home, but at the end of the day, and of course they want Portia back. Look at the storyline. Her and Simon. Look at this. All the mess that's going on with Simon. All the mess that's been brought out about him. Yeah, they're gonna bring her back to the show now because now that's a big storyline with all the stuff that he's going being deported back to where he's from. So yeah, they're gonna bring her on because that's a big storyline. All the stuff that's going on. Ugly divorce between her and Simon. He's seeing some other woman. She's out, living her best life. So yeah, they're gonna bring her back because now there's drama surrounding Simon and Portia. So that's why I think they're bringing her back. Even though she was a big part of that show as well. She was on that show for a long time too. But I think that's why they're bringing her back. That's one of the reasons they're bringing her back. What y'all think? I don't know.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
I really do.
Portia has she is like poverty mindset. Like she's just like she's trying to get $1. She operates from such a low vibration. It's incredible, as beautiful as she is. She don't have no brains. Like I'm embarrassed. Like when she was cursing out Dennis' mother, it was embarrassing. All that fighting and arguing on the show, screaming like she ain't got no sense, embarrassing. But she's going to go up there and, just exploit and just embarrass herself.
Yeah, and y'all know my daughter was out there with them. Y'all know my daughter worked for Real Housewife of Atlanta. She got caught up. Portia was trying to hit at one of them elderlies and she got hit. Yeah, my daughter, and Portia just from the whole time they were out there. This when they was in Mexico. That's where she was with them when they went to Mexico. She really disrespected those elders while she was out there.
Yes, she did.
Charlene said. Andy said they're not going to discuss. Charlene W said Andy said they're not going to discuss Portia's divorce on the show. So then what's going to be her storyline then? They're not going to bring up Simon at all.
Well, I think that probably was one of her conditions. They want her back so bad for some reason, but
Right.
that was one of her condition probably. And you know they will do that because they honor the Scots like that. The Scots
Right.
don't have to report on their reality. He told them that they just talk about business. Well, they had no business, so what they had to do there to make up stuff like they this millionaire. We build malls, we build hotels. Yeah, they had to make shit up cause he told them they didn't have to talk about their real life.
Right, but even if so, even if they don't bring it on the show, it's still being talked about. It's gonna
Mhm.
still trend. It's still gonna be talked about. People are gonna still be talking about it. I
Well,
mean,
you
this,
know what? That's where the Scots them is a little bit. They're not playing with a full deck of
right,
cards. You
right.
know, for you to step in there and say, "Well, I get $3,000 allowance," and then one of the husband gonna outdo you with the allowance, and then you look over there, they ain't got no furniture, and then he gonna tell her to go to rental center and get her some furniture. But they tell me they millionaires. Oh, they were some bad. They
But
bad actors. They
don't
gave
forget
me
about the
that right,
apartment.
huh?
The lease expired. The lease expired. Don't forget about them being in that little 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah,
right,
you know what? I believe she said the lease expired. Probably was getting evicted. That, in my opinion, that's what I think.
right. I mean, Carlos can't protect them, but so much because at the end of the day, they're still being talked about, especially with this show and all this stuff that's going on with them and the lawsuits. They're still being talked about all over social media.
Right.
So what is he really? What is he keeping that not going to be talked about anyway? Simon and Portia all over social media, from Twitter, TikTok, all over
Yeah.
social
You
media. So what are they being really protected from
right. You
when it's
can't.
being talked about anyway? They're reality stars. They're
They
going to be
might not
talked
talk
about.
about it, but she gonna get them some material because she ignorant.
Who?
Crazy.
Y'all talking
Portia.
about Portia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they like to hire people with like some type of mental disability, and she's gonna give them a show because she ain't got no sense.
And not only that, she's a beautiful girl, but pick the ugliest men in the world. Every last one of her men just looks so terrible. Y'all, and I think that's because she thinks she be marrying for money. Cause that's what her mama allegedly want her to marry for money. So she got into what she had Claudel, that was her husband when she first came on. And he wasn't favoring nothing. She got with Dennis. Dennis, I'll give him a C on look.
Portia sat for
It's
7
the old
hours
version
while
of
R.
Dennis.
Kelly had her waiting while he went to go deal with his other women.
Ooh,
7 hours she waited for him.
Wow.
In her book,
I
she
forgot
got
all
all
about
upstairs.
that. Yeah, she told me to say that.
I love Portia, but I just wish Portia would stop getting from jumping from one man and getting under another man and then getting under another man. I mean, because she's a beautiful young woman, she got attributes. I just wish she would just, take some time out for herself. You know what I'm saying? Get to know who she is instead of always constantly jumping in and out of relationship, in and out of relationship. I mean, how long did she know Simon before she decided to just walk down the aisle with this man? I mean, she's a beautiful woman. I mean, she deserves better than that. Come on. I mean, and I've been watching Portia from season 1 when it was Nene. All of them was on the show. Kim, all of them was on the show. From season 1. I just wish she would just, I don't know. But I love Portia, though. I love Portia. I just wish she would just, get her priorities straight, and stop thinking a man is gonna a man validate you. A man don't validate you and who you are as a woman. That's all I'm saying. But I love Portia. Otherwise, I love Portia to death. I love her. I think she's crazy. I think she can bring a lot to the show. Just her choice of men are like I don't know.
Until she bopped somebody upside their head, she cool.
Just I don't know.
Wasn't she fighting in the alley? They said I ain't see that. I ain't never watched
love
any of the
Portia, but
shows. She got kicked in the crotch by Cynthia, trying to attack Cynthia. She is a window licker. She is.
Yeah,
crazy.
they was on a boat or something.
Yeah, she, Portia kind of wild, but other than that, she a little airhead a little bit. She's an airhead. She is. Yeah. But I like her above everything else. I like Portia. I just hope that she bring it this year. She bring it when she do come back, which I think she will. Just her choices, constantly going back, from man to man is not, that's all I'm saying. Because she has a daughter now, so she got to just make better choices when it comes to men. Seriously.
Yeah, and Simon already, I don't know if he paying this girl or what, but she's a pretty girl.
Instagram already. Model. She's an Instagram model.
She was on Ivana Fix My Life too. That's why I remember her from with that messed up booty job.
Yeah.
She was. She went. Yeah, did y'all see her on Ivana Fix My Life?
Yeah, with the mix.
No, I never seen her on. No, I never seen her.
Yeah, she was on there.
Oh yeah. Oh. Okay.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, and she had this messed up butt job, and then the relationship dynamic was that I think she had a child that the grandma was raising, and he was like 12 or 13 now. So he was asking questions about why she abandoned him. It really was good, but she blamed it on her depression. She said. But anyway, so Simon loves beautiful women, but I don't know what they see in him. There's nothing.
Me neither.
He's not cute. He's not fine.
He sure ain't.
Maybe he be hiring them.
Huh?
Maybe he, hires them. He pays them.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying to do. Yeah, that's why he made this girl right here, this model. Yeah, maybe he just trying to do that with her too. Just pay her, cause the first person I ever heard did that when I realized reality wasn't reality with the Kenya Moore and that guy. Remember, she hired her boyfriend to get on the show. Y'all remember that? What was his name?
When he fought Thomas, that crazy man. They was at the radio station thugging out.
Huh?
I think his name was Dan or Dennis or.
No, that was not his name. Neither one.
His name.
I can't remember his name.
I know.
But
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and y'all, that's another thing. Kenya is a beautiful woman, but can't seem to get a man.
I'm telling you.
Walter, here you go. That's right. Linda Gamble said Walter. He helped me out one day, y'all. I had ran out of gas on the freeway. He came by.
Oh, that is nice.
And put gas in my car to me to get to the gas station. Yeah, he helped me out one day.
I wasn't even talking about Walter. I was talking about that other guy.
I don't know
the one that fought Peter Thomas at the radio station.
Well, I don't know when we got on that conversation, but I thought we were talking about Kenya and Walter.
Kenya. Yeah, she had Walter, and I think he was before Walter. And him and Peter Thomas got into that big fight at the radio station. It was another guy, but I thought that's who you was talking about.
Oh no, I don't know who that was. I remember that little young boy that had all the muscles. He was after Walter.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't look too good, but he just had a nice body.
Yeah.
And then y'all remember with Kenya's storyline too. She had an interesting storyline about her biological mother. That right there is sad.
She loved her some melody, though. She loved her some melody. Oh God, Kenya, her and Portia both love melody. I can say that because I think Portia and Melody was in some kind of live together. I think she was on Portia's live. I think Portia did a live. Melody stopped by, and just to say hi to her and everything. And they was talking. They was drinking some wine. So she loved her some Melody. Portia, they loved them some Melody.
Yeah, and they weren't tolerating that fake stuff over there on Real Housewives.
Yeah, with Martel.
Yeah, Cherie tried to be like Martel was so this and that, but Candy and the other women shut her down. No, they shut her down with the facts and the truth about who Martel was. She getting on there on the reunion. Oh, he's a nice man. He's a nice. No, I never seen that before. Yeah, and Kenya said, "Oh yeah. You didn't know about how he abused his wife, how he had other mistresses. Yeah, don't come over here with that fake stuff."
Kenya said he a piece. Because Kenya said he a piece of. You know what? A piece of doodle. She said.
And let me tell you something about Sheree too old to be talking about something. Only thing she could say about him, he had big D energy.
Right.
At your age, you should be more mature than that. That shouldn't be a determining factor of how you choose a man at that age. You're going on 60 years old.
Exactly.
You choose a man about how good he is in bed. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Tell it, Miss Black Titanic. Tell it. She is too old for that. With all this, he got big D energy. But he ain't got no big M energy. He got no money. She ain't really gonna stay with him for so long anyway. Because Sheree want a man that got money. And she was even clowning him. Her and Al was clowning Martel at the table when she was, when she went out about how broke he is, how his bank account is low. So I don't even think Sheree. Well, who knows? With Sheree, she's empty-headed. She's an airhead too. So I don't know. She might be creeping with Martel on the low. You never know with her.
Who y'all call
Sheree?
Oh yeah. Didn't Carlos King just do a live? I think it was like Friday or maybe Thursday, talking about Sheree and him is still together. They she be on him and in him, and I was like, is he trying to say something else? But Sheree is the bed right now. Like, it didn't even sound right. But yeah, that he was trying to push the narrative that Martel and Sheree is still together.
It didn't improve none. She got demoted until it promoted. Just bringing Martel on. And I tell Pinky, Martel the only man I know that by himself. Everywhere he go, he by himself. Hey, Rally. Hey.
Hey, Ram.
Caramel. Yeah.
Hello, Mama.
Oh yeah, and anybody, I don't know if I got any stickers or super sticker, cash app or whatever. If I don't see it, I'm thanking y'all anyway.
I haven't seen one yet, Black.
Seen one. No.
Only thing you got is the one of your members been
Notes Rosa Graham.
Notes Rosa Graham.
Miss Black Titanic.
Yeah.
And you got a fan here, my daughter. She said she already told me. When you speak on her panel, always say allegedly and in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
My daughter told me.
It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm getting ready to go. We kind of picked up on all these topics. So anybody seen my Miss Debbie?
No.
I don't think she's in the chat.
No, but call and check up on her for me, Pinky.
I heard from her. Let me just check my phone. I think she sent me a text yesterday.
Yeah,
I heard her. Okay.
Yeah, she was out. She was on the panel yesterday. She was giving it up.
Oh, okay. Well, she said, as long as I know she okay, that's all I want to know. All right.
She sent me a text the other day. So she did. She congratulated me on the baby.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so Yvette Bell said, I am so glad she got demoted. Yeah, she got demoted. I think she just reduced back down to a friend of y'all.
Yeah, she is. Just a friend of the show. She don't even need to be that. But I'm just saying. Guys, the baby will be home in a little bit. In a few minutes, the baby should be arriving.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up anyway, so y'all can say y'all finals, whatever.
And the baby is coming.
Hold it. Thank y'all for any content creators that is here. Thank y'all for the cash app, the super sticker, and most of all, thank y'all for the GoFundMe. I will be keeping y'all updated. Me and Miss True T and Miss Pinky here. We will keep y'all updated with the GoFundMe, we over 10,000. That's 10, I think what's it, 10,400 and some dollars, I believe. Don't quote me to the last penny, but it's over 10,000, and she has split it. Any kinds of money came in, True Tea splits the money between Here for the Hot Tea and myself. I do have a lawyer. She's working on the case. Her advice to me is I can't speak about the case, okay, y'all? So
Okay.
y'all won't hear me talking about the case. True Tia keep y'all updated.
Okay.
All right, all right. Y'all gonna say y'all finals. We'll start with melanated energy.
All right. Thank you so much for having me up here, and you're gonna be great with the case. I'll keep you in my prayers. You in here for hot tea. Congratulations, Miss Pinky, on the new grandbaby. You're gonna have a great, great, great time with the baby.
Thank
And
you.
Cheryl's nice being on the panel with you.
You
Y'all
thank
have a
you,
good day.
baby.
Take care, y'all.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Enjoyed you, melanated.
Me
Sure.
too.
Thank you for letting me come up, Miss Black Titanic. And yes, congratulations, Miss Pinky, on that beautiful baby. Oh,
Thank you. The baby will be
congratulations.
home today.
Aw,
Not within the next 15 to 20 minutes.
aw. I know that's you're gonna love being a G-Ma. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm just exhausted. And
yeah,
the dogs come
yeah.
home today. My husband's gonna go get the dogs too today.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Cheryl. Tell you,
So yeah, so
Cheryl.
I want to say I'm proud of Melody Cherie Rogers and Dr. Shanita Foster for what they're doing, out in Africa, getting clean water. They're an inspiration to all Black women, young and old, and Nene, keep fighting, keep your head up, sis,
Mhm.
and that's about it. And thanks for letting me come up, Miss Black Titanic, and love you, okay?
Can I
Okay,
say
lady.
something else,
Love
Miss
you, Miss
Black
Pinky.
Titanic?
Yeah, you got the finals. Yeah.
Okay. I want to say thank you. You got a $10 super sticker from Woo Woo.
Oh,
Thank you for
really?
your $10 super sticker supporting Black Titanic.
I
Yes.
don't even see it. Well,
Oh,
thank
it's
you,
there.
Woo. I don't see it. But
Okay, well, I'm gonna just do this.
oh,
for
here
you
it
so you
is. I
can see
see it. Thank you, Woo Woo. I gotta learn where they be at. I see they put them up here at the top, y'all. I'm learning. I'm trying
That's
to.
okay.
I said it's $10. Thank you, Woo Woo. Here it go. Here it come. It's coming down. It's coming down. Hey,
Coming down the
ADR,
pipe.
what ADR is saying?
Let me
Miss
see. What
Pinky,
idea? He said, Miss Pinky, you look so innocent, petite, but mouth is deadly. Oh,
oh,
my Lord, did you say that? Like,
yeah. She changing on us, ADR. She changing on me too. I don't even know that's the same woman. This thing won't come down. But anyway, I see the $10. I was trying to get it on the screen. It won't come on the screen. But thank you, Woo Woo. Black Titanic is so hilarious. Thank you
I love
so.
ADR.
Okay, are you through, Pinky? Because it's
Yes,
two.
ma'am. I am.
Okay. Call me when you hang when I
Yes,
when
Bye,
I
I
y'all.
will.
bye
Love y'all.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye
Oh,
bye.
thank you, Cheryl.
All right, and bye bye, really, really. I see you in the chat. Bye
Oh
bye.
yeah,
Love you
bye.
guys.
Yeah, y'all don't forget really, my sweetheart, really. Y'all
She's a
don't forget
content
her
creator.
channel. Don't forget her channel and Queen Common Sense. Y'all please go over there. I think go over there. If y'all just sit there, that girl do some good content, right? So she just part of our tribe, but I go over there. Sometimes she'll have 3 or 4 views over there. Y'all get over there and to Queen Common Sense, y'all.
You know
Get
what I
on
want?
over there. Get
I want
over there.
5.
Y'all know, hold on. Really, y'all know Karma Rail.
Yeah.
And then y'all know Pinky. So y'all get on over there to these 3 content creators.
Right. And I want 5 of my 5 of my subscribers or whatever. Go over there to Queen Common Sense right now and hit the like and subscribe button. And when you do it, leave me a comment and on my page so I know you did it.
Okay, there you go. It finally popped up. It just finally popped up. I guess it's delayed my thing. Okay, thank y'all. Now I want to see what this says. ADR. ADR said, embarrassed a true alien, her acting ignorant of Black history. Who? Portia. Oh, yeah. Okay. Portia embarrassed
Granddaddy was
aliens of her acting ignorant of Black history. Portia granddaddy was the notorious Jose Williams, but who was down dirty all up in the civil rights movement with Martin Luther King. Yeah, he was. Yeah. And that goes to show you that somebody dropped the bomb somewhere. The elders did. They did not pass this girl history down to her. It stopped right there, right there. And the young people be telling me that all the time, that they feel like the elders like myself and in their 50s and on down from 40 on down, these people, they say they feel like we failed them. We don't teach them no history. We don't do nothing. We just let them sit at that computer. That's it. But you're right, ADR. You're right. She did not know none of her history. They did not teach her that history. And right there, you mean you got your granddaddy right there? And I listen to you all the time, but you don't never do it. When I tell you, I just really want you to do something with Miss Hightower. You never do it because
yes, I am. I'm doing the.
I've been dead to you for almost a year now to do something on Miss Hightower.
I did her trailer, 7 parts to that, and her birthday trailer. And
I haven't seen it on this show.
No, it's on my not on your show. It's
I'm talking about on the show.
My channel.
Yeah, I'm talking about on this show.
I'm gonna bring a part on your show this week now, since I ain't got
yeah. Now, Miss
Titanic.
You too. Now tell them who Miss Hightower is, and then I'm finna go.
Okay. Dr. Hightower, Myrtle Hightower, is a leader, a big civil rights leader, activist, and everything for the Black community. She served in the Plano Independent School District. She marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. before he was Dr. Martin Luther King. Her and her cousin went to school with him and used to sit down and walk the halls and walk the grounds of the school and everything, college and everything, before he was who he is today. She's a big advocate for civil rights. She does if anything to be known. She is well known, not just in the state of Texas, but all over.
Okay.
I'm going to get more about her. I did a trailer on her life. I did a life story, so I did her life story last year, and it's 7 trailers of it.
Okay, so but you ain't did it for us. That's what
I'm going to bring part of my trailer. I'm going to start letting you put up each little segments of it, starting from when she was little up until her when she went to school in a teeny one room, and had to walk 6 miles to school every day. 3 miles. No, it's a 6 or 12. 3 miles there, 3 miles back.
Thank you so much. ADR 100% agree. Wish she'll stop talking so ignorant. Yeah, you talking about Portia, yeah. My name only. Martel is the last person to say someone with disrespect. But man, that killed me when he called other people disrespectful.
Yeah.
The way he disrespect his ex-wife and current baby mama, shaking my head. You're right, my name. Only his children too. He disrespect his children. So he's a very disrespected person, and y'all go back and get my likes up. The last one I had, you guys, y'all need to go look at that one. That one started off with Mr. Page, the man that invented the airplane. Y'all need to be spreading his name. He just now getting the recognition in 2023. Less than a year ago, he just now being recognized for being a true person that invented the airplane, and we need to help spread it. You don't remember his name? Y'all can remember the name. You know how you turn the book in your pages of the book? Page is his name. You can't remember Mr. Page. Just say the black man discovered the invented the airplane, y'all. That's all you got to tell your children. They'll find the name. Anyway, bye, y'all. Good night. Good
Bye-bye.
night. I still got my beautiful guest here, y'all. I've been enjoying my guest from New Jersey. Yeah. So I'm going here, maybe fix her some lunch. All right, bye, y'all.
Okay, bye-bye. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
One more thing, you guys. I will be in Huntsville the weekend at the funeral, so y'all probably won't hear from me towards the weekend, because just know that I'll be at the funeral. Okay. My nephew died, and so he was only 37 years old, you guys, and I was going to tell y'all that he was saying something to me that got mad at me, said I was too old for some. And then I'm thinking about how I done outlived this young man, 37 years old. You don't have to be old to die no more. But so all you young folks want to come up here and say, I'm too old for this and too old for that. I'm outliving all of y'all. Bye. Bye, y'all. Later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.